All right, so the problem reads that Maria is paid $15.50 per hour. She worked 9 hours. She donated one third of her earnings to charity. How much did Maria have left? All right, so one way you can start this problem is simply by taking the hourly wage, which is $15.50, and multiplying that by 9 hours. So let's just start by doing that. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 5 is 45. Carry the 4. 9 times 5 is 45. Plus 4 is 49. Carry the 4. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. And there are two numbers after the decimal. So we can say that Maria, over the 9 hours, earned $139.50. Now, she donated one third of this to charity. So if we wanted to see how much she donated, one third is the same thing as dividing one whole into three equal parts. So we could take $139.50 and divide it into three equal parts. That is one strategy. All right, so we can say that 3 doesn't fit into 1, but it fits into 13 a total of 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12, which is 1 away from 13. You bring down that 9. 3 goes into 19 6 times. 6 groups of 3 is 18. That leaves us with 1. We bring down the next digit, which is a 5. We say 3 goes into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15, which leaves us with nothing, but we still have a place value here, so we just stick a 0 there. So we would say that Maria donated $46.50, but the question is asking how much she has left. So we have to take $139.50 and subtract from that $46.50. We drop our decimal down. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 13 minus 4 is 9. So that is $93 even. Now, another way we can do this problem is to understand that $15.50 as a fractional amount is $15.50. And then I'm going to rename this as an improper fraction. 2 times 15 is 30, plus 1 is 31. So I'm going to write that as 31 halves. 31 halves dollars is like saying you have 50 cents, which is half of a dollar 31 times. That's the same thing as $15.50. So I'm going to write 31 halves multiplied by 9 hours, which as a fraction is 9 over 1. And I'm going to multiply that by 2/3, and here is why. If we have a total circle that represents how much she earned and broke that into thirds, if Maria donated 1/3, that means she has 2/3 left for herself. So what we're doing is we're finding 2/3 of this total. Okay, so we can multiply 2/3 by that total. So what we're going to do now is notice that we can use a little bit of cancellation here. Notice we have a 2 for a numerator here and a 2 for a denominator here. So we can completely cancel those out and change them to 1s. 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 1. And that's because the greatest common factor of 2 and 2 is a 2. 2 goes into itself once here and 2 goes into itself once there. We can also cancel the 9 and the 3. 3 goes into itself once. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Now on the top, all we have left is 31 times 3 times 1. Well, 31 times 3 is 93, and 93 times 1 is still 93. And on the bottom, we just have 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. And 93 divided by 1 is $93.